Yo, what's up guys, I'm Yanick from the Produce School, and in this video I'm going to show you 3 amazing tricks to bring your leads to life. I will show you how to turn your leads from this into this. I've been experimenting with these techniques for quite a while now, and I can tell you they are game changers. And the best part is, these techniques can be used in any DAW and don't require a lot of expensive plugins. It's more about using these techniques in a creative way. With that being said, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and let's get straight into this. All the sounds that I'm using in this video come from our latest pack Eclipse, which is the ultimate melodic techno and house producer pack containing samples, presets, project files, vocals and much more. And if you want to check out that pack and support it, then use the link in the description or click the link over here. I made this simple rolling bass and kick pattern which sounds like this. This is the lead sound that I will be using. Just a really basic detuned saw wave lead, and right now it sounds pretty boring, but we're gonna turn this into something epic. I'm going to put in a note on the root note of the track, which is F, and just extend it a bit like this, and put it on top of the bass. The first trick that I'm going to show you is something you might already be familiar with, and that's creating a pitch bend automation. And that will sound something like this. For this one, I set the pitch range to 2 and -2, and in this way it goes up 2 semitones when the pitch bend is all the way up, and it goes down 2 semitones when the pitch bend is all the way down, which makes sense. So I'm going to automate the pitch bend of Serum, and you can do this by going to the pitch bend and tweaking it a little bit. Then head over to Tools, Less Tweaked, and then you see the pitch bend over here. And then you can create an automation clip. Now let's create an interesting shape so the pitch bend moves gradually. Maybe start with 2 semitones higher, then go down and then up again. It doesn't sound that good yet, but when I'm applying the second technique that I will show you, it's going to sound really cool. But first, let's add some basic effects like EQ to remove some low end. And a reverb or delay. Let's automate the wet level of the reverb with a Fruity P controller. You can create a Sidechain Reverb with this, so the P controller. And what this can do is when the lead stops playing, the wet level goes up. And when the lead is playing, the wet level is down. So this effect. Let's link this to controller and select Fruity Peak and hit inverted. Make sure it's inverted, otherwise it sounds not good. Now let's drag up the volume of the P controller and increase the bass. Now you can see that it goes up. Something like that. And maybe let's add a delay before this, so it goes on for a little bit longer. Pitch bend was the first technique that I wanted to show you. Now I'm going to introduce the second technique, which is using a gate or a trance gate. And this works really well in combination with the pitch bend. A gate can control the volume of an audio signal, and you can create this really cool choppy effect with a gate and go really creative with it. For the gate effect in FL Studio, I'm going to use a plugin called Beat, which is one of the basic Fruity plugins. And over here at the volume part, you have all these different kind of gates and shapes. You can use a lot of different plugins to create a gate effect. You can also like manually draw in a volume automation that has a shape like this. You can use LFO tool, a shaper box, or this free plugin from Kilohertz, which is a trance gate with a lot of cool presets. But for this video, I'm going to use Beat, since it's just really easy to use. Let's select the 1/4 beat gate, and now you can hear the magic what it does. You can hear this really cool choppy gated effect, which is used in a lot of tracks nowadays and also back in the days. And together with that pitch bend automation, you can create leads like Anima does with this crazy pitch bend and gate effect. You can control the release of the gate as well, so it's a little bit less choppy. So the end of the gate is a bit smoother. And also the volume controls how much gate you want. You can also like automate it. As you can hear, the reverb is also being gated, and that's because Beat is after the reverb. If you don't want that, so you want a normal reverb that's being applied after the Beat, then just scroll it up and put it before the reverb, which in this case sound a little bit better. Make the transients of this lead cut through a little bit better. I'm going to add an OTT after the Beat, so it really picks up those transients that are created with this shape. Let's increase the depth. Maybe add a little bit more delay. And let's add a kickstart for some basic sidechain. Now, if you would use this in the track and you want to create some variation, you can just copy this and then maybe like put this lead 1 octave lower or higher. Sounds a bit like this then. Or you can like change the pitch bend shape. And in this way you can create some really interesting patterns. Another thing you can do to make this lead sound a little bit more interesting is by automating the cutoff of the synth. So that's over here. When you do that, you get even more that Anima sound that I want to go for. So let's automate the cutoff. Let's go to last tweaked and create automation clip. And now let's create again an interesting shape that sounds cool. There's not one exact way to do this, it's just experimenting and finding the shape and sound you want. Right, now let's move on to the third trick that you can use to bring your synths to life. And that is by using an arpeggiator to control the lead. You can do this in FL Studio, which I will show you here, but it's even easier in Ableton because you have a specific arpeggiator plugin, which works really well. I'm going to be using a different lead, which is a preset called Metro from our Eclipse pack. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to the settings of the plugin, then hit this icon over here. And right here, you will see the arpeggiator. Let's set the arpeggio direction to up or down. It doesn't really matter since we're only staying on one note. Increase the repeat. And now we can automate the time of the arpeggiator, which will create this effect. Let's decrease the gate so it's a little bit more choppy. you can create this really cool arpeggiated effect. Just right click the time and hit create automation clip. And now let's see if we can create a nice rhythm. That already sounds really cool. Let's also add a kickstart and an EQ to this. And again, for all these techniques, it's more about how you use them rather than how complicated these techniques really are, because they are pretty simple if you know them. But you can create some really cool effects and really make your leads stand out a little bit more. We can also combine this arpeggiator with a pitch bend effect. So let's go into Serum and automate the pitch bend. And let's see how that sounds. Just like the first lead, we can create this pitch bend effect, create this shape like so. And then if you want to repeat it, you can just copy it and then like change the way it's being bent. So create a unique copy of the bend and then do a different shape, just reversed. And that's it for the 3 tricks that can help you bring your synths alive. If you have any questions about these techniques, then drop them down in the comments and I will try to get back to you on there. Try to go really creative with them, as there's no right or wrong, and some happy accidents can result in the coolest sounds. For now, I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.